Natural selection is now a household term. A common example of natural selection is the mutation of cold viruses. As the virus replicates, the DNA code changes and over a short time develops new viruses, sometimes nastier viruses. When new viruses survive, they affect the population, and this is commonly considered evolution in action. But is it really evolution? Clearly, this is an example of biological adaptation. However, can changes within viruses be extrapolated to simpler life evolving into more complex life, such as animals evolving into humans? My name is Jim Bendewald. I'm the Executive Director for Evidence Press. Periodically, I video record interviews I have with people on the topic of creation and evolution. One of the props I like to use is a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. I show the person the cube all twisted up and ask, "Are you able to solve a Rubik's Cube?" They almost always say no, and then I tell them, "Well, suppose I quickly solve the cube, then I twist it up again and hand it over to you and say, now you solve it. Could you do it then?" They say no, which leads me to ask, why not? What would you need in order to solve the puzzle? Well, the answer is they need directions, either written directions or someone showing them the algorithms needed to solve the cube. Did you know that a 3x3 Rubik's Cube has more than 43 quintillion possible permutations? That is 43 with 18 zeros after it, or 43 billion billions. Proteins are described as the building blocks of the cell. Hundreds of amino acids get folded into a three-dimensional shape to form proteins. Like the Rubik's Cube, proteins need to be folded into a specific arrangement. Molecular biologist Doug Axe published an article in the Journal of Molecular Biology about the likelihood of protein folding by natural causes. Axe appears in the documentary Darwin's Dilemma. In this video, his findings are summarized as, protein folding by mutations in natural selection is prohibitive. It is not scientifically feasible for natural causes to fold even one protein, not to mention the hundreds of proteins needed to produce a single organelle. Statistically, it would be easier to find one marked atom within the entire Milky Way galaxy than to fold one protein by natural causes. The process of assembling any complex structure requires coherent instructions. Just as coherent instructions are needed to solve the Rubik's Cube, so it is that DNA instructions are needed to assemble and fold proteins. So what is the best explanation for DNA information? Just as people write computer code, the DNA code implies that there was a super intelligent programmer. The best explanation is design. Go to www.evidencepress.com to learn more about evolution and evidence for design.